Hello, it's Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler. I'm in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. I'm in the Jardín Escondido Hotel, and it's a paradise. One of the better hotels I've been in my life. I cracked the deal for, well, I'm going to show you on the Wednesday update. It's a pretty nice place. Okay, today Larry asked, hi Andy, my name is Larry. I love what you do. I hope I can do that one day also. My question is, which countries are the best for the single man? What I mean is, which countries have you been to where it's been easy to date, or women will approach you? On a side note, I live in Boston. Have you been there? And have you been to Cambodia and Cuba? Good luck in Ecuador. Larry. Okay, Larry from Boston asked. He wants to know basically where the girls will approach you and where the girls are, friendly. This is kind of an interesting question because if you travel the world a lot, what you'll realize is there's some countries that you could actually intermarry, have a girlfriend, intermarry, become part of the culture, and the neighbors would kind of assimilate you and treat you just like a normal person, somewhat like the United States. The United States is really probably the best at this. I mean, you can actually intermarry between religions, you can intermarry between everything, and nobody's going to say anything. Well, most countries, as soon as you cross religions, you're in trouble. Like a Christian has trouble marrying a Muslim girl, or a Catholic in a lot of countries. Oh, I'm having all sorts of troubles with this tripod thing. I don't really have a tripod made yet. But in a lot of countries, like I'm in a Catholic country right now, and they may care whether you're Catholic. Not that much in Central and South America. I'm in Ecuador, okay. But what I care about it, because I always laugh when I go to the Islamic countries. Like I was in Niger, Africa, and everybody was, all you get to do is talk to the boys, and they smoke cigarettes and sit on the corner, and it's really just very dominated by male culture. So I really don't like that. Niger, Africa is in West Africa. But I remember when I was in Iraq, one street was for the males to go shopping, and the other street was for the females to go shopping. It's all your personal taste. A lot of people really, they go to China so they can be hermits, so they don't have anybody to talk to because the language is so complicated. But generally, Central and South America, you can intermarry. So will they approach you? I mean, it's according to how old you are, right? I mean, there is a point in how handsome, how guapo, how whatever you are. Normally from Mexico all the way to Chile, all the countries in between Central and South America, the girls are looking to get your American passport. They call them bricheros, one of the nicknames for them, and they were looking for a bridge to America. And don't fool yourself. They're definitely trying to improve their status by doing it. But on all things, it's still a matter of, are you a nice guy, and can you talk to people? So some of the South American countries are simpler. Don't get hung up on this idea that just because a girl's poor, they're going to talk to you. Usually, it's not that way. It's contrary. They're not. Nobody's desperate like you would think. I've never met girls that were desperate. I've been to Cambodia, and I mean, mostly in Southeast Asia, you're not going to have normal girls approach you. You're going to have prostitutes approach you. So that's, then they got something, they'll say something like, "Tu tienes cuarto." There's all these dialogues that girls that are working have. They basically want to know if you have a room, and they're going to start asking you where you live because they want to qualify how much they can make. So, yeah, I mean, in these kind of environments, they're everywhere. Basically, Thailand, Philippines, and Dominican Republic are big for the boom boom girls. But you can intermarry in Dominican Republic, but they're really tough, and it's a little bit easy in the Philippines, a little bit difficult. Most of those guys in the Philippines and Thailand actually marry prostitutes. Okay, West Africa is really probably, to me, the best as far as meeting girls, because most of the countries are all Christian. in the lower part near the coast. So Ghana, Togo, Benin, probably Nigeria if you could get into it. Senegal and Gambia, those are like where women go to find men. So, but Africa doesn't really have an age problem, so they don't categorize people by age. So they actually consider a man that's older a better marriage because he can support them better and he's not running around having 16 wives, right? While in Mexico, they know that any young guy is going to have 5 extra girlfriends. So I mean, Latino world's really on this. You have as many girlfriends as you have money. So the girls do generally. One of the quirks is that in most of the countries, if you find a girl that is like an architect or a lawyer or a professor, they're much easier to date because a lot of the men won't date them. They've basically rose their status higher than this girl's ability to find men. So I've a lot of the women I've dated through Central and South America. One was a professor in Argentina. I had an attorney girl I dated in Ecuador a long time ago, and dated a German girl in Guatemala. That doesn't count, does it? Okay. But as far as, just approaching you, I mean, that's a tough one. Approaching you is, 15 years ago they were approaching much more than they do right now. I mean, reading signs of girls, getting the high sign of what girls, but it's the same in America. If you're not getting approached in America, you're going to have, it may be the way you're dealing with things, right? West Africa is real good. That means that Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, I would think Sierra Leone and those guys, I haven't been to those countries, is all that area through good. Burkina Faso, all those places are not so good. Northern Africa is not so good. And but West Africa is good. Kenya and Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and all those areas are not so good because they're very religious. And one of the problems comes down to in a lot of countries, and this is, I tried to actually research it from a religious point of view, because if you want to live in a country a long time, you want to know that you could become part of the community. And that means that if I could marry a girl, live with her, and then become part of the community. I could do that in Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, and Togo. I know that. I can do that in most of Central and South America. Okay. Southeast Asia, it's not so easy. Thailand, it's not easy. I could half do it in the Philippines. Thailand, they really consider the Falang, trash, white trash. Okay, it's not. I had a Thai girlfriend for 5 years, and that was one of the main problems. Is she was a very wealthy family, and her mother would disown her if she knew I existed. I had to marry her quick, give her the big money, and because you have to pay money to get married there, and prove that you can't just slide into it. The mother still doesn't know I exist. So it was one of the things, and the girl I dated didn't want to leave Thailand. She has a master's in pharmacology, and now she has a pharmacy in Koh Chang. So she's a good friend of mine, and still, but most of the guys where they're approaching them is probably going to be, there's the big cities where there's you really a lot of men are delusional. Okay, they think that when a prostitute's flirting with them that's love. So you got to really get that clear in your mind. I'm in Ecuador where there's like right now I'm in Vicabamba. I don't think there's definitely not prostitutes around here approaching me on the streets. It's a very family type place. I'm not saying all of Central and South America have little brothels, but they're on the side of the village and they're like designated areas and stuff like that. So, but as far as approaching you, they're not going to do it. When I was 21 and longer, blue-eyed, whatever, yeah. I remember, I was in Moncaro one time in Ecuador, and I was laughing at a Colombia girl approached me, and she goes, "It's all full of surfer boys, right? Moncaro is a surf beach." And I go, "Why are you talking to me?" She goes, "Ellos sans futura." She says, "Yo cansado con ellos sans con futura." She says, "I'm tired of those boys without a future." Okay. And in a nutshell, that's the thing. You got to give the woman the knowledge that she's going to be safe, happy, secure, and content, and a future. And a lot of the people that are traveling, that's the last thing they want to give to anybody. They're like the travelers are the land of the non-commitment, right? But I hope that helps you, Larry. I do a lot of research on it mainly because I would like to spend the last of my life going between about 8 countries or something like that, and I want to make sure that the countries will accept me as part of the community. I felt it in Thailand when I wasn't part of the community, and my girlfriend walks in front of me because she doesn't want people. Because what they do is, like in Ghana or Kenya, they would be talking. I remember in Kenya, the girls would call you over to their house so they could talk to you with their mother. Okay, because the only way they could talk to you, but they would ignore you on the street. And you know, a lot of guys get this all confused. There's definitely gold diggers all over the planet. So, but you know, meet their family, meet their, you know, if they won't meet your family, they don't have a place, they don't have a job. There's a lot of telltale signs to girls that are nice, right? They have a job, right? Obviously have a job, and they're working doing something, and you know, they're not trying to spend your money. Okay, but you know, it's about demonstration of higher value. Are you worthy of having a girl? And if you are, like I'm having a better hair day here in Ecuador. I'm really happy. The water seems really good. So that increases my chances of having having friendship that is female. Okay, Andy Graham, Ask Andy, send your questions.
We can pack up tomorrow, tonight let's flip a coin.